Imagine this, you're sitting in your living room, scrolling through your news feed, and you see a headline that says, "America declares plans to annex Canada." Crazy, right? But what if it wasn't just a headline? What if it was real? What would it take for the United States, one of the most powerful nations in the world, to actually take over Canada? Could it even happen? And why would they want to? In this video, we're going to break it all down. We'll answer these questions by looking at 1. The historical relationship between the US and Canada. 2. The economic and political implications of such a move. 3. The military and logistical challenges of pulling it off. 4. And finally, whether any of this makes sense in today's world. Stick around, because the answer to this question is not as simple as you might think. Hey there, MoneyWise community. Welcome back to the channel where we dive into fascinating questions, unpack complex topics, and learn something new every day. Today, we're tackling a bold and thought-provoking question: can America really take over Canada? Now, before you roll your eyes or start imagining tanks rolling across the border, let's dig into this idea. We'll explore history, politics, economics, and even a bit of military strategy to get to the bottom of this. Spoiler alert, the answer might surprise you. So, buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. First, let's go back in time. The United States and Canada have shared a long and sometimes rocky history. Sure, they're best friends now, but it wasn't always that way. Remember the War of 1812? That's when the US actually tried to invade Canada. American forces thought it would be an easy win, but Canada, with the help of British forces, held its ground. Fast forward a couple of centuries, and these two countries are now some of the closest allies in the world. Today, the US and Canada share the longest undefended border in the world, symbolizing trust and friendship. But what if that trust were broken? What would it mean for their relationship? Next up, let's talk money. After all, this is MoneyWise, where we know that economics often drives big decisions. Canada is a treasure trove of natural resources: oil, timber, freshwater, and much more. For a resource-hungry country like the US, Canada might seem like a tempting prize. But here's the thing, America and Canada already have a highly interdependent trade relationship. Canada is the US's second-largest trading partner. Why risk that by attempting a hostile takeover? Plus, let's not forget the costs. Annexing Canada wouldn't just be a military operation, it would require integrating a massive country. Think about the infrastructure, governance, and public services that would need to align. We're talking billions, maybe trillions of dollars, and that's not exactly pocket change, even for the United States. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty of military strategy. Could the US military overpower Canada's? On paper, yes. The US has one of the most advanced and well-funded militaries in the world. But here's the catch: Canada's geography is a military strategist's nightmare. Vast forests, icy tundras, and sprawling cities make it incredibly difficult to control. Even if America could win in the short term, maintaining control over such a large and diverse country would be a logistical nightmare. And let's not forget, Canada is a member of NATO. An attack on Canada would likely trigger responses from other NATO allies. Imagine the diplomatic fallout and the potential for global conflict. It's just not worth it. Let's talk about people. Canadians and Americans share deep cultural and familial ties. Many families, businesses, and friendships span the border. A takeover would not only disrupt these connections but also spark massive public outcry on both sides. And then there's the question of morality. In today's world, a military takeover of a peaceful country would be seen as an act of aggression, violating international law. America's global reputation would take a huge hit, and the diplomatic fallout would be catastrophic. So, can America really take over Canada? Theoretically, yes. Practically and ethically? Absolutely not. The costs far outweigh the benefits, and the risks, financial, moral, and human, are too high. Instead, the US and Canada benefit far more from being allies. They share resources, trade partnerships, and a mutual respect that's rare in international relations. Thanks for watching, MoneyWise community. This question was a fascinating thought experiment, but it ultimately shows us the value of partnerships over conflict. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another deep dive into topics that matter. And hey, what do you think? Could America take over Canada? Should they even try? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay MoneyWise.